And in today's class, we are going to deal with another important summit, which is the World Sustainable Development Summit. So in the name itself, there is world. So it's a global level summit, but of course it's led by India. Okay, that's the important part of this summit. It's led by India. It's officially organized by the TERI, the Energy Research Institute of the Energy Resources Institute. We'll see about TERI. And earlier it was called the Delhi Sustainable Development Summit, and now it is called the World Sustainable Development Summit. And this is seen as the, some equivalent to your UN Climate Action Summit, or we have seen a Climate Performance Summit held by the Netherlands. So how the countries have their own Sustainable Development Summit, this is seen as the foremost India-led Sustainable Development Summit. So it will come under the broad ambit of your environmental organizations on a global scale. So we'll see everything about it and how it can be useful for our prelims examination and of course the mains examination. We'll have a comprehensive discussion about it in today's class. Okay, good afternoon Simran, good afternoon everyone. Hello Abapriya. Chalo. So my name is B. Teja Sai. I've graduated from IIT Kharagpur and I've worked at Ware Minerals and MNC for 2 years, and I'm presently teaching the UPSC students for the past 2 years. You can find my profile on the Gradeup app. You can download the Gradeup app and you can search for Teja Sai. And if you like this class, actually, you can follow me. Okay, there's a follow button. So you can follow me on the Gradeup app so that whenever my class is about to go live, you can attend my class. Okay. So I take up the State of International Affairs classes every day, 2 to 2:30, roughly half an hour to 45 minutes, where we'll see the most important international affairs which are important for the prelims and the mains examination. So the World Sustainable Development Summit 2021 was held recently. Of course, it was a virtual event, but it was organized by TERI, okay, the Energy and Resources Institute. It was held 10th to 12th February. So this summit has brought together the governments, business leaders, academicians, climate scientists, youth and civil society. And one more thing I wanted to tell you in the onset of it is that this is not a very famous summit, okay? Like your UNFCCC, UN Climate Action Summit. It is not on those lines. This is something which is India-led, and that's why it becomes important. Okay, UPSC doesn't always ask you the most important summits. They'll ask you the summits which are underrated, which have a lot of potential. So I would rate this as an important summit. Okay, so there's a high probability this can be asked in your prelims, and of course you can also use it in your mains answers. Okay. संतोष, this is primarily an English class. आपको कहीं दिक्कत हो रहा है आप बता दीजिए, मैं आपको हिंदी में भी बता दूंगा. Fine. So, and before we begin the class, I just wanted you to attend this question, try to attend this MCQ. Which of the following is not the mission under India's National Action Plan on Climate Change? NAPCC, which is India's foremost scheme or action plan against climate change. So try to answer this question, and through this class I'll give you the answer for the question, and also I'll give you a trick so that you'll always remember the National Action Plan for Climate Change. Towards the end of the class I'll give you a trick. You'll never forget the pillars of the NAPCC. Ashnit is saying D. Any other answers? This came up in 2008 under the PM Manmohan Singh actually, but it's still the pillar. It's still the foundation of India's action for climate change and sustainable development goals. For everything you can quote NAPCC. Okay, so there are different answers. I'll answer this question towards the end of the class. Actually, I'll make you answer this question towards the end of the class. So please keep listening. And now let us see the World Sustainable Development Summit. It was held, and its theme is also important: redefining our common future, safe and secure environment for all. So this 3-day long event was virtually inaugurated by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and it is the annual flagship event of the Energy and Resources Institute, okay, TERI. and it is supported by India's Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, and the Ministry of Earth Sciences are also involved in this. So it's a multi-ministerial sort of collaboration, and every year there is a country partner. With this summit, every year there's a country partner which is linked towards the sustainable development. So this year the country partner is United Kingdom. So all of this are probable bits, if not UPSC, at least for your UGC NET exam or other competitive examinations, your banking, SSC, IB, for all the examinations this is important. So during the summit, they have held topics on energy, industry transition, adaptation, resilience, nature-based solutions, climate finance, circular economy, clean oceans, air pollution. Basically, the gist of your environment and biodiversity book, whichever book you are studying, uske contents jo hai, un sab pe they have discussed on the World Sustainable Development Summit. And we should know a bit about what is TERI. So TERI actually stands for the Energy and Resources Institute. It is a non-profit research institute. It conducts the research work in fields of energy, environment, sustainable development for India, and not only for India, the entire global south. Okay, this is deemed as a South-South cooperation organization. So it has its importance even in the international affairs. Okay, I'll tell you in international affairs also where we can link this topic. It was established in 1974 as Tata Energy Research Institute. So you must be thinking, how come the first word is the? Okay, it sounds weird, right? They're having the first word of the acronym. It was actually Tata Energy Research Institute. But later there were many other stakeholders, the shareholding capacity it had changed, but still Tata is still an important part of the TERI. And now they have renamed into the TERI in 2003. Okay, this is there in your India Habitat Center of, if somebody has seen Lodi Road, I'm sure somebody, I mean, you must have, if you're staying in Delhi, you must be knowing the Lodi Garden. So just near the Lodi Garden, there is the India Habitat Center and TERI's house there. Okay, there were many famous scientists like R.K. Pachauri worked here. Several famous scientists have worked here. Presently, its head is Mrs. Sunita Narayan. Okay, she's a famous climate activist and she's presently the head of TERI. Okay, and it has closed with a promise of common goal of green growth and net zero emissions by 2050. And this discussions they will carry forward for the COP or UNFCCC COP in Glasgow, UK. Okay, where is the COP this year being held? It is being held, it will be held in Glasgow. During the COVID-19 pandemic, no special conference could be held. So now they're having in 2021 under Glasgow. And incidentally, our country partner this year is UK. So it becomes even more important. Okay, because it is going to be held in UK and all these discussions would be taken up in Glasgow, UK in the future. Okay, so ye hai Aam Zindagi. Okay, this is the stuff you read commonly in your current affairs magazines about TERI, about World Sustainable Development Summit, but we have to go deeper. The point of these classes is to link current affairs with international relations. And for example, this is an important part of your climate change diplomacy, the environmental diplomacy. So let's link it with that. Okay, during the summit, the UN Deputy Secretary General Amina Mohammed, okay, she has addressed this summit and she has hailed the efforts by India to bolster the renewable energy basket and achieve the climate action goals. Can somebody tell me what is our renewable energy basket goal? We have studied this in a class of UN Climate Action Summit. What is the present goal of renewable energy? Please tell me in the comments below. And she has quoted, you can actually quote her. You can actually quote her in your answers. India is currently the only G20 country which will overachieve its objectives of INDCs. Okay, we have 3 INDCs, 33 to 35% emission reduction of 2005 levels by 2030, your 40% non-fossil fuels, and 2.5 to 3 billion tons of forest footprint. Okay, we have 3 most important INDCs, and she has said that India is the only G20 country which will overachieve the NDCs. Okay, we are definitely on the path to achieve our NDCs. Yes, very good, Simran Mehra. It is 450. I think your Simran Mehra itself, right? Another student was there. Okay, it is 450 gigawatt. Earlier we had 175 gigawatt, and now we have ramped it up to 450 gigawatt by 2030. And India is poised to be for development of new technologies like low carbon steel. For example, in the development of steel, you need iron with the coking coal. And now India can produce a low carbon steel and cement, and it can be the co-leader with Sweden of the leadership group for energy transition. Okay, there is a LGIT. It is led by Sweden, so it can be part of this LGIT. She has basically indirectly given an invitation for India to have an international sort of collaboration. Okay, and she has told that these efforts are not just national but regional and global impact. She expressed confidence that India can lead the way. Okay, so बहुत तारीफें हुई India's performance. Okay, you can definitely use it in any environment related answer or any climate change diplomacy because it's coming from the top UN official, UN Deputy Secretary General Amina Mohammed. So especially if your option is PSIR, she has quoted, "We can count on India for its contribution to multilateralism as a force for the good." Okay, actually in other classes, in earlier classes also we discussed how India is leading the path for the sustainable development all over the world. So our INDCs, I told you, it is to decrease the emission intensity by 33 to 35% from 2005 levels. We have already achieved 24% in 2021. So we still have 9 more years to go. Okay. And next, India's second target, if you see, the 40% non-fossil fuel, we are already reached 38%. Okay, under the non-fossil fuel, what all will come? Your renewable energy will come. The solar, wind, biopower, biofuel, your hydropower, all of this will come. Then your new energies will come, like geothermal energy, ocean energy, tidal energy, hydrogen fuel cell, all this will come. And also nuclear also will come. Please remember, nuclear is also part of the non-fossil fuel. Okay, so our nuclear policy also is in tandem with our INDCs. Fine, please remember this crucial point. And as Simran has told, we have the target of 450 gigawatt by 2030. And she has told we are the only G20 country, right? That is actually true. We are on the path for achieving. You can see here the table. If you see that 5 highest ranked G20 countries in terms of deaths from extreme weather events, India is there, of course, in the 5th position. Then if you see the economic losses of extreme weather events, India is there in the 2nd position. So India is suffering with climate change. India is not part of the problem. We are suffering from the climate change, but India wants to be part of the solution. If you see the G20 countries, their climate action targets and what they've achieved, India is the only country which is 2 degree centigrade compatible. Okay, we are the only country. Can there be a bigger fact for you to remember? Among the G20 countries, we are the only country who are the 2 degrees Celsius compatible, which is the Paris Climate Summit main target, right? It is the main goal of Paris Summit. Okay, please remember this. Of our emission levels, we've already achieved 24%. Of the 40%, we've already achieved 38%. These were told by our Prime Minister in his speech at the World Sustainable Development Summit. Okay. So moving on, what do you understand by sustainable development? This is for a mains level analysis. Sustainable development, it recognizes that growth must be both inclusive and environmentally sound to reduce the poverty and build shared prosperity and to continue to meet the needs of the future generations. Okay, it is meeting the needs of the present generation without affecting the future generations to meet their own needs. Can somebody tell me this part of the definition of sustainable development was given by whom? Anyone? Which commission? It's a very famous definition. Which commission had given this definition of sustainable development? Anyone? I hope everyone has studied a bit some of the environment and ecology. Every book would quote what is sustainable development. Yes, Simran, please wait for 2 minutes. It's buffering. Yeah. So Simran has told the correct answer. Sri Kutan also has told the correct answer. It's the same. Okay, the Brundtland Commission has given this. Okay, this definition was given by the Brundtland Commission report. In 1987. Okay, the name of the report is actually Our Common Future. Okay, this Sri Kutan has told the WCED, it's the same thing. Okay, this Brundtland Commission, the official name is the World Conference of Environment and Development, World Commission for Environment Development. Okay, I hope you know Brundtland. Who is Brundtland? It's actually a she. Okay, her name is Gro Harlem Brundtland. She was the Prime Minister of your Norway. For I think 3-4 successive terms, she was a Prime Minister. She was a leading figure in the international level of climate change diplomacy. So she had headed this commission, and she had, I mean, under this commission, this definition is there. Okay, please remember Our Common Future, Brundtland Commission report. It has given the most famous definition for the sustainable development. Okay, and we have 3 pillars of the sustainable development: economic growth, environmental stewardship, and social inclusion. Economic growth has to be there, environmentally conscious you should be there, but the other important part is social inclusion. Many people forget this. It's always the battle between economy and environment, but we forget the social part. Okay, for example, if you the small island and developing states, the SIDS which are there, they are most impacted by the climate change. For example, Bhutan, if you see Bhutan, it has a mountain economy. It has a direct impact of climate change, though its contributions to climate change are extremely minimal. Okay, countries like Maldives, Mauritius, they face the submergence risks, okay, by the rising ocean levels. Okay, the Arctic countries, they're facing the melting glaciers. So all these small countries that falling, I mean, they're deteriorating in terms of the climate change effects. And of course, you don't even have to see the international level. Even if you see in our country, the farmers who are there, they have to adapt to this unsustainable conditions, to this climate change conditions. For example, if there is 1 degree rise in temperature, the productivity of wheat would fall by 4%. Okay, direct 4% it would fall. And Bangladesh, for example, it's the most highly affected country in terms of the jute cultivation. So the poorer people, they're affected most by the climate change. And this rapid urbanization to agriculture, infrastructure, energy development, water availability, transportation, everything would be part of this sustainable development. Okay, and also we have the SDG goal 13. Always quote this in your answers of sustainable development. Wherever we have, remember 13, you have to quote this SDG goal 13. It is to strengthen the resilience and adaptive capacity to climate related hazards, integrate climate change measures into national policies like what India has done, the NAPCC, which we shall see, improve education, awareness, training, and others. And the last part, the SDG goal 13.4, is what is important for India. Okay, the last part, that's why I reproduce the entire goal in toto. It says that the UNFCCC should have a goal of mobilizing $100 billion annually by 2020. But this still has not been achieved. This is your Global Climate Fund. okay, which is to facilitate the developing countries. It is to facilitate the need of the developing countries for the adaptation and mitigation measures. But this still has not been done. It is part of the SDG goals. So whenever you're quoting about climate financing, the issues with climate financing, the developed countries, developing countries tussle, you should quote the SDG goal 13 and part 4 of it. Okay. And of course, our NAPCC. NAPCC is our foundational sort of scheme or action plan for climate change. Because the changes from climate change, they're complex, they're multi-sectoral, many sectors are affected by climate change. We require a multi-dimensional approach. Okay, keeping this in mind, we have adopted NAPCC. There are 8 missions here. As I told, it was under the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. In 2008 itself, it has come. Now it has been in the back burner, of course, under the new government, but still it is still at the base of India's climate change, adaptation and mitigation. So it is to develop new technologies, involve multiple ministries, involve the private sector and civil society, and spread awareness about climate change adaptation. And we have the 8 pillars of NAPCC, which are very important. You have to remember them. Enhanced energy efficiency, Himalayan ecosystem, sustaining the Himalayan ecosystem, strategic knowledge on climate change, mission for sustainable agriculture, mission for a green India, national water mission, mission on sustainable habitat, and solar mission. Okay, this is your national solar mission, which was the 100 gigawatt target. Okay, now of course with the 450 gigawatt, this might be increased, but still under the national solar mission, we have the 100 gigawatt target. So how do you remember this? This is very important. How do you remember this? There is a small acronym, a small trick how you can remember. You can think that Sehwag. Okay, I hope you know Virender Sehwag, the aggressive master hitter from Haryana. So Sehwag, and because he was in that 2008 that zone, he was very famous. You can remember his name better. Sehwag Kamal hai. Sehwag KH. Sehwag Kamal hai. Okay, yes. If you remember his 309 innings against Pakistan, you can definitely reiterate that Sehwag actually Kamal hai. So we have solar, then we have the energy efficiency E, then Himalayan ecosystem H, Himalayan ecosystem H, then water mission W, sustainable agriculture A, national mission for green India G, then your national mission on strategic knowledge for climate change K, and lastly the sustainable habitat H. Okay, इसको 2-3 बार बोलो, you won't forget this. Sehwag Kamal hai. Okay, these are the pillars of your NAPCC. Fine. And of course, these are just the pillars. You also need to know the points under it. Okay, this you'll be finding in your environment notes of Gradeup or any other standard book which you're reading for environment will have this. So please read the points under this. Under enhanced energy efficiency, for example, we have the PAT scheme. Okay, perform and achieve. That is a trading scheme. Then you have the Himalayan ecosystem, you have to protect it. Then national strategic knowledge, which will form the knowledge body for understanding the research and development. Sustainable agriculture, the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana would come under sustainable agriculture. Green India mission is extremely important, where you have to plant trees. The specific targets are there, 20 million hectares. The national water mission is there, where the water use efficiency has to be increased. Then sustainable habitats, for example, the Griha scheme, where the green buildings are built. Then the solar mission, where we have the 100 gigawatt. Okay, please read through this. The pillars of the solar mission are also very important. Fine. So now you should be able to answer this question. What is the answer for this question? All of you have given the answer before. Yes. So the answer is A. ठीक है अश्नीत समझ गए ना? Water mission is very important. Water mission is a very crucial part of NAPCC. Biodiversity mission is not officially there. Okay, as part of the climate change. Actually, even if you don't know the pillars, you could have thought again climate change and biodiversity, they are in two different ambits, right? So it would not fit. You could have taken an educated guess, but still you should remember the pillars, and your homework is please read through. Just after this class, just take up your book, environment book, and read through the pillars of the NAPCC. What are the specific targets under NAPCC? Okay. So that's it, friends. That's the end of today's class. If you like the class, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please share. My solemn request for you is to please share the video, because only by sharing can this class grow. Like and comment also would have an interaction, but it's only through sharing. It'll take you 1 minute to share through your Facebook groups or WhatsApp groups in which you are there, and it'll help the series grow. And if the series grows, every one of us will grow. Okay. And for people watching on YouTube, please download the Gradeup app and you can watch the daily free classes on Gradeup app. For example, on an hourly basis, we are having classes. This class, for example, it will be taken up every day, Monday to Friday at 2 p.m. Okay, you can catch me every day, Monday to Friday at 2 p.m., where we'll have the state of international affairs and we'll go deeper. As you have seen, this class, for example, World Sustainable Development, I could have finished it in maybe 10 minutes, what happened in the summit. But I'll make sure if something important is there, something useful which for the students, which you can use in your answers or prelims answers, I'll make sure I'll stress upon that. Okay, this is my knowledge, the strategic knowledge of clearing UPSC, which I can give you through these classes. Okay, so you can meet me every day 2 to 2:30 in this class. And for people who know the Gradeup Super subscription, presently for the Gradeup Super subscription, we are having the February Mela, where you can enroll into Gradeup Super and you can also win exciting prizes. So you can see the Gradeup page or the Gradeup app regarding the prizes, and you can speak to our counselors regarding the same. Okay, the admission procedure and all. And I hope you know what is Gradeup Super. By taking the Gradeup Super subscription, you'll be getting access to all the courses on Gradeup app. Okay, not only the UPSC course, but the NCERT course, the EPFE course, the whatever courses are there for UPSC, you'll be getting all of them just by one subscription. There is no need to purchase separate courses for different exams and wasting your time, money, and energy. Just one subscription, you'll be getting access to all the courses. You can see whichever courses you want to enroll, you want to see, you want to watch, whichever subject you're feeling low, which you feel you have to work upon, you can directly see that class. Okay, and the faculty are the same ones who meet you on these free classes. So you can interact with the faculty just as the live classes. Okay, this is a demo class for the Gradeup Super. And you'll also be getting the mock tests and sectional tests for revisions. So please speak to our counselors on this number regarding the Gradeup Super subscription. So download the Gradeup app, practice the topic-wise quizzes, and keep attending the live classes. Okay. So thank you so much, friends. Let's meet again for another class of State of International Affairs. Thank you so much for attending this class. Okay. Bye-bye. Take care and all the very best.